Welcome back. Today, we will cover a couple of topics and we will start by learning file handling. Maybe you guys might encounter already different file formats. Maybe you may not, maybe you may know .txt file, .excel file, .csv, .tsv, and XML files. Maybe let me just browse through this and how many types of for files did I cover in here. As you can see, this one is txt file and most of the file here is txt file because txt file is very common. And then here I have tried to also explain JSON file. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. And then maybe at the end, I have tried also this CSV. Let's imagine this small file is actually a CSV file. And then CSV means actually comma separated value, right? Name refers to this, and the country refers to this one, and city, Helsinki, and skills, JavaScript. And then at the end, XML. XML, it looks like HTML, but it's a bit different kind of data format. So let's go to Visual Studio Code and then start the day. So we can create week 5. Oh, it's 6 actually. And then I call this one reading file. Now actually writing reading file. So I can just reading file dot Python. Okay. I think it's better if we go through the material step by step. So far we have seen different Python data types. Yes, I think by now you should remember the different data types like numbers. Yeah, numbers also include like integer, float, and complex. And then strings like, it could be like any kind of data under a single or double or multiple quote. We call it a string, a text form of data. And then booleans, true and false, and we have list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Those are actually the core data types of Python. But here we see it's not related to data types, instead file formats. We usually store our data in different file formats. You store data actually in a form of file or in a database, right? Yeah, but you can also store data in a form of actually in a form of file, different file. For instance, this one txt, JSON, XML, CSV, and TSV. TSV is like tab separated value instead of comma tab separated value. And then Excel, actually the Excel extension is not like this, it's a bit different. But it refers to the Excel file. In this section, so we will see the sum of actually more of txt, JSON, maybe CSV. If we see a few of them, that would be enough. Okay, so how do we read actually a file? So as you can see, we have here a syntax. We have to use the open. Okay, so we have the word open. So as you can see, I'm writing open something like this. If I don't import it from anywhere, that means open exists as in a built-in function. So it takes actually, when you hover, it shows you the different arguments that it takes. The first argument usually is actually the path, where to get. And then the next is the mode. So this open is not just only for reading, it could be also for writing actually. So it depends on the mode. We change the mode here, and then actually it reads the file or write the file based on the mode. So now, but at this time, let's say I have the name of a text. Let's imagine that I have sample.txt. And then let's say the mode is actually read R. error. So how do we know? As you can see, we have error refers to read, A append, W write, X create. Yeah, if the file exists, in this case, it causes an error. And T, I think most of the time, and this one when it's an image, binary mode for image. Usually we use R or maybe A is the most common modes. But if you don't pass any argument here, it's actually read by default. Yeah, I think it's default value, R is default value. And then let's say I can just store this in a variable, a file, something like this. Yeah, and let's print this one. Print file. Oh, okay, it causes an error. By the way, I did this error that deliberately. No such a file or directory. It says we don't know this file, it doesn't exist. So let's create this file actually, sample.txt. And now run again. Oh, what? Now I don't know the problem. Not found error. Oh, is that the previous error? Oh, it's the new line 2. Open sample.txt. Or maybe if it needs, maybe if where did I put that? Okay, let's go CD week 2 or week 6. And then I can write Python. Sometimes, I don't trust this button and what I should do. Yeah, it's working. So this was not targeting from, I don't know, for some reason. Anyway, as you can see, this object, yeah, it gives me some Python object. The mode is read, as you can see, by default, and the name of the file is this. But how about if I want to know what are the available methods that I get from file? Yeah, it's really good to know what are the methods. Yeah, read lines, actually double read, seek, and different methods. Write, truncate, okay, write lines. Okay, good. So I
Sorry,
think
can I interrupt you? What again did you make that now it works? Where did you put the additional thing?
yes, I was just trying this button. I was using this button, and I was not actually at week 6. So maybe what you should do, right click, open at integrated term, and you should be at week 6. And then try. That's something I tried. Or maybe you should go, if you are at the main, if you are here, CD, week 6, and then Python, the name of the file. What is the name of the file? Read file. Yeah, this. Good. That's what we can do. And now maybe we don't have anything to read inside. So maybe I can say, my students love Python programming. Today, they are learning about, by the way, let's just make it step by step. We have one line, okay? And now if I do something like this, of course, you don't see anything. Maybe how about if I use the read? There's the method here, read. Okay, let's read. Print file name dot and then read, something like that. Yeah, my students love Python programming here. How about if I had more lines? Today, they are learning file handling. And let's try. Yes, both files. By the way, even this can take a parameter. If I just give this the first 10 characters of the text in that file, in this file. Okay, let's try. As you can see, these are actually the first 10 characters of the text in the file. Okay. This is one of the method, but how about instead of that, if I use read lines, read line, just line, read line. Now, read line is actually a bit weird. It just read the first line, only one line. So maybe it's better to put it lines. It gives you all the, as you can see, all the lines, all the lines in that text. Okay, then let me add. This is the third line in this file. Yes, we are trying to read the text in this file. Fourth line. Okay, good. Now let's run again this. As you can see now, I managed to actually, get all the lines as in a list of text. Then what you should do actually, you can, instead of printing it, lines, and then I'm storing it as lines like this. Okay. Then for line in lines, then print line by line. Now I'm trying to, yes. But as you can see, there's additional line because if you have noticed, there was the break line. So we can actually strip the additional this, you can call it, hey, strip anything from the beginning or the end. Yeah, have you seen now I have removed actually the breaking line. Even you can strip the spaces. Yeah, but this strip only the breaking line. Maybe if you want to count the number, then what I should do, I can say I can words. And then as you can see, split. Yeah. And of course I have to print the words. Yeah, as you can see now. But if you have a plan to count words, something you have to change to lower, right? And then it will be somehow, yeah, then it will be easy to count the numbers together. Yeah, I think this is reading what we saw already. Read lines. We saw already from here we have seen read line, the read lines. Yeah, okay. Then, for instance, if I just change this to a function that read files, maybe I can change it to def read file func, and then it should take a file name. I can call it file name, something like that, or just, and then let's do this something like this. And now I should just, instead of this, like I have to pass the file name instead of static. It should be dynamic, right? File name. And then I don't have to print this, but this is good enough. But maybe what do I like to return at the end? It depends what you want to return. For instance, read files. Do we need it like a text or line? I mean, for instance, if I want words, then it will be more of, I can say words empty here, and then I can say so, but this should be a bit different. List of words, maybe I have to change a bit different name, because this and this are the same, because I want to just have all the words together as in a list. Then maybe I can say word list, just, yeah, but it's actually the same. Then what we should do, words extend words list again from this one. This is the main store, the main list, but this is the temporary list that we are creating now, and then I can return actually the words. Now, if I see print, read file func, and if I pass the name of the file is sample, of course, sample.txt. Yeah, have you seen? It just gave me. How about if I have another file also, notes, notes.txt. And then we are learning in this today. What are we going to learn? File and link, another package, another date and time module, another, if we have time, regular expression. What are we learning? Something maybe I can check from my list. I think regular expression, virtual environment, virtual environment. Yes. So if you see now, I have this notes.txt. If I want to use my function, I can say print read file, and then I have to say notes.txt, and then it will be read also. As you can see, file, handlings, package, date, and time, module, regular expression, virtual environment. So I managed to read using this. Yeah. Maybe, and then what is actually common in this, if you use file, we have to also close, because this open, it just open a file and it doesn't close. So we have to also close the file at the end. So what we should do actually, maybe I think we can close the file. After we read it already, we can close the file here, file, and then close. Let's try. Yeah, so we have to, what we did actually, we opened the file, we changed it to a list, and then we stored it in these lines as a list of lines, and then we have to close. But if we use with, we don't have to worry about that. How does that look like with, okay, I have to change this, and not like this. I prefer like that. So there is another way of reading. When we read actually with, it's like with open, and then just the keyword with, and then open, the name of the file here, the name of the file, and then as if, and then your code goes in here. Okay, how do we change what we have? Then what we change, actually, I can say this one, with open as file, and then semicolon. Then I think what I should do, I should do something like this, indent everything I have. So let's try again. Yeah, it should have the same output. This is how it looks like file reading. So, but now I'm just reading sample, I mean, txt file, does it look different for others? It's not much, but now also let's see how to write txt file. Writing file, okay. Write.txt. Write on file.py, sorry, guys. So again, what we should do, open, and then the name of the file. I think the name of the file, I can say it, write.txt. What's the mode? Of course, it should be W, right? And then let's store it here, something like this, F or file, something like this. And then how about if I run? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, have you seen? Actually, it has been created. Yeah, it has been created already. Okay, great. But I can also show you something. How about if I had the file already? Write.txt, and then if I say I love Python, and then how about if I run this file now, and then check, oh, have you seen? It's overwritten. That means it discarded what we had and created a new file. That's the problem. That's the side. You should know that this does. Which one? Yeah. If we use this mode, it just discard what we had with this name. So instead, what would be better? I think since it just destroy everything you have, it's better if we use a. That means actually append. If we have, for instance, I love Python, and then now if I am actually adding something, if I say file.write, of course everybody loves. Of course, everybody loves Python. Now, if I run this, it will be appended. Let's see. Have you seen it has been appended? I love Python, of course, everybody. If it was just right, actually, if it was just this one, W, then it just removed the file and then it just discard. Okay, so as you have seen, we wrote the text on the file. If you see, we have actually appended this part, but it was not in a good way, right? It's better if we just put it in the new line, right? For instance, if it was something like this. Okay, that's great. Yeah. So how do we do that? Then it would be just easy. We can just add something like this. And now if I say, of course, everybody loves Python. And if I go here, why it was not? Oh, did I change this one to, oh yeah, because I think I changed this to write instead of append. Of course, everybody loves Python, yeah. If I run this many times, it will be just appended many times. Yeah, have you seen that? But what would be good actually if it was a different text? Yeah, I can start with one line. I love Python. And then I just write the second one. Then let's see. We have to run this file. And if I open, yeah, but there's, why is it extra additional space? I don't know why that additional space. Yeah, because maybe I think I added already that one. Let's try it again. And yeah, now it's going well. Yeah, of course, everybody loves Python. Maybe I can change the text. I hope my students enjoy the Python lesson. Yes, and then let's try. Yeah, as you can see, it just append. So this kind of, file or file handling is very important to actually handle activities of user to just create some log text. How do it? What does that mean, log text? Let's imagine if we have a module. I think you have learned already a module. So let me use the time date module from date time module, import date time. We can actually create, this is a module, a core module, it exists, you don't have to, and this allows us to create timestamp. I think there is already, let's see here, that I opened. We don't need this. Yeah. Maybe we can see this very well later. You import the time and then you just manage to get the time, like the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. How do we import it? From the time, import the time. And then datetime.now actually allow us to create this, as you can see, this kind of timestamp. So it was this was printed. So what does that mean? For instance, if I say, hey, now date time.now will create actually, of course, I have to print this, print now. Yes, as you can see, I have printed this, but the format is not something I like. I prefer maybe just this time, and this would be enough for me. So how do we get that? Okay, so it's possible to get the year. So now dot year, and then month, and then just now dot month, and then the date, now dot date, and hour, and now dot hour. I think so. Let's see. Year, month, date, and hour. Yeah, as you can see, something. '24, but let me see, the date might not be a day. Instead, it's a day, actually. Day. Yeah, we don't have day anymore here. I have to replace that one. And as you can see, it's 2024, the 3rd. I think it's today's 20. And the time is, as you can see, 18. Now I'm left with the minutes, right? Minutes, and now dot minute. And if we need seconds, we don't need seconds. Yeah. I mean, at least maybe because we are about to create a log, so we need also the seconds. Yeah. Now dot second. Okay, and then minutes and seconds. Let's try. And
Shouldn't you write in bar in line 8 now dot seconds at the end?
even here.
Yes. Or it doesn't matter.
No, it's just all, as you can see, year,
Okay.
month, day, hour, all these, the attributes are actually singular, they are not plural. But since I'm just getting days, hours, I call them just hours. So yeah, not really. So now just to create a proper formatted, like formatted date, I can say if I want to be formatted properly, you remember the string formatting, so I can go, for instance, European format. So if it's European format, it should be something I need this one for month. Is it? No, it's going to be for day. And this is going to be for month. And this is going to be for year. And then some space. And then I need for the hour. So it's going to be hours. And then this is going to be for minutes, and then maybe this is going to be for the seconds. And this one, if you want, you can put slash, or you can do this. It's up to you, right? And now if we want to check to the timestamp right now, when I'm clicking, as you can see, 23, this 1848, yeah, we captured this. So what's the reason why I'm doing this? Because I want to show you, we can actually add this now, F timestamp here. Because when something happened, format date, instead of just printing, we can also show at what time was that log created. So far we didn't have this, but after this, we will have everything. Even if we don't have the file will be created. So let's say, for instance, this is someone checked the about page. Now, if I just throw this, now it may just show you, right text. At this time, someone checked the about page. It would be also nice who that person, from what IP address, or who is the user. Can we do that? Yes, of course. For instance, if we use the operating system, now we can use the import operating system. So by using operating system means it's a module that allows me to access maybe the API, or to open a folder, to create file, to create a folder. This allows me to do quite a lot of things. For instance, a simple example, the .make dir. If I say something like this, and then test dir. And if I run, as you can see, this has been already created. Yeah, so this operating system allows us to access quite lots of parts of the operating system anyway. So print dir operating system. So I don't know this one. So how about I use the dir to know the available methods, maybe, and then I can make use of that. For instance, actually, I'm looking for to get my device name. Okay, it usually users. System. What do we get by printing? Maybe at the print os.system, and then let's see what we can get. The system has also another method. So it's a module by itself. Name, what's the name? So let me try. What do I get from name? This is what I got, to be honest. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I think in this case I have to browse. Getting user name using OS module. Let's get login. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, it just printed my name. So I think that's the one that I'm looking for the time being. So it has quite lots of modules and features that you may use, but for now, we just want this. Then I just store this as a username. Maybe, as you can see, user name, something like this. And then I can say again, user name. User. And then if I say I do this, you may see, have you seen me? Of course, if the user is different, the person that visited or checked, or if it's the computer, when you just logged in, like imagine you are logged into the computer with different username and do some activities, and then it just create a log file. Maybe we can say this log file, log, and then let's also change here log file. Yeah, maybe I think I can also change this to maybe def create a log file function. And then I'm just modularizing everything, as you can see. And maybe I can format this too. And yeah, actually this function just maybe, yeah, when you just run it, it creates a log file. Yeah, that's what we need for file handling. Opening files, reading files. And it's the same actually for reading also. Instead of this method, we can use also with. This one needs all the time closing, file.close, something like this. But if we use with, we don't have to do this. So how do we do that? Actually, we use with this as file, and then I don't have to need this one, but I have to indent this. And I forgot to use the semicolon over there. Yeah, so that's good. I think opening files and writing, updating, we have deleting file. Oh, as you can see, we didn't delete file, but now we need to have the operating system to actually remove a file. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can, I think we have already, maybe it would have been better if we put this modules outside and then we can access it anywhere. Or maybe we can leave everything in here and just write a new delete files.py. Import operating system. And then first we have to have, I think we can also remove that, this like using operating system, remove dir, as you can see, and then if I say test dir, it will be removed. It will be removed. Where is it? Yeah, as you can see, it has been removed. But how about if I run this one again? It raised an error, right? You seen? Yeah. So yeah, it raised an error because it doesn't exist. So what we should do, it's better to check if operating system, path, I think you path dot exists, and then we have to first check the dir if it exists, and then if it exists, remove dir and then test dir. What we are trying to do is first we have to actually check if it exists, and now there is no error. Maybe I have oh yeah, still I am removing here. Yeah. So maybe how about if it doesn't exist, how about if we create, else then I can create it, os dot it doesn't make sense, but anyway, test there. What I'm trying, if it exists, remove. I think the make there is a bit different. It's not like that. Dot make there like this. Now, have you seen? It has been created. And if I run it again, it will remove it. Yeah. Create, remove. Nice. And of course, whenever we want also remove a file, let test.txt. And then now, if I want to remove that file, I should have, what was this, the deleting? I have to check it first. If operating system path dot exists, and then what's the name? Test.txt. And then I have operating system remove, just normally remove like this. And then the name of the file, test.txt. And then this should remove that. Yeah, good. I think, how about if we want to actually read everything we have instead of just reading file? How about reading the whole directory? Reading.
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to know, can we make the case where the test directory is not in the same folder? It's like maybe in the different folder
Yeah.
in your operating system.
Yeah. Well, for instance, we can put it outside. Let's now we don't have. I think it's good now if we created the else.
Yeah.
OS dot make. This is actually creating. Actually, we can say how is open test.txt. This one, you know that, and then as in A, with as file, and then if I do this pass even without writing anything, I will be creating that. Now it has been created here, but now as you can see, I'm just working in here. If you want to just if I run again, it will be removed actually. Yeah, it's not there anymore. What if then change the path? As you can see, dot this. So that means now I'm dealing with outside this. And then of course, again, I have to do this. Then I should, have you seen? It's outside. Yeah, it has been outside. And then if I run again, it should be also deleted from there. Huh? Oh yeah, because the remove, this one doesn't have the proper direction. Yeah. Okay, did I answer your question now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good. So you can just use the proper path name you knew in other technologies. Okay, but now how about we want to navigate, I mean, the whole folder here. Navigate, I call it navigate.py. Okay, what does that mean? Import OS. Then, how about if I say, what's this? Actually, print os.walk. What does this give us? I think it's just this directory. Yeah, this, I mean, like I'm telling that walk me in this directory, this. So what is it creating? It's just creating some object. And let's see, could probably for in list, it's an iterable, maybe most probably I'm not sure for this one. Yeah, as you can see, this when you use the walk method, it just this dot means here in this folder. If I want to just talk about the outside, I should say this and then look at this. Oh yeah, so I'm now referring actually the Python Spring 2024 folder, and now I'm just trying to check everything we have there. Plenty of stuff, right? Yeah. So we are in here, and then there's hidden file.git, week 1, week 2, quite lots of, but no. Let's just stick in this, and then it will be clear for us. But here, as you can see, the folder actually is this, and then I don't know why this one's empty, but because this empty means there's no folder. If I have folder inside, I should, now let me just run this, and then we most probably create now a folder, and now, have you seen? Yeah, so it gives you where the directory is, the name of the directory, and then it gives you the list of directories you have. For instance, if I have more directories, is it directory? Did I say that? This one is very important, guys. More there. So I will show you again. Yeah, and as you can see, I have 2 directories inside the directory, and this one are list of files. So remember the structure. What kind of data structure do you see? You tell me. If you don't tell me this, I will not move on. The outer data structure, you see. It's a tuple, right? It's a tuple. And then in the tuple, usually the structure is like you have the name of the directory that I gave, and then the list of the directories that exist inside the directory, if they exist. Now, in our case, we have 2. If I delete this one by one, I will not have, or I will have empty directory. Okay, I can, as you can see, it's empty now. And these are the list of the files in that specific directory. So I'm interested in this one. For instance, if I'm interested to read, maybe I may ask you, hey guys, I want you to go to this file and this file and this file. Read them and count the number of words you have in both files. Yes, something like that. It's not a big deal. So what we can do, I can say this, it would have been just better if we give it something different. I can call it something files doc. Maybe I call it doc. Documents good. Yeah. And one of the item or docs, because it refers to many. And then a doc in docs, and I'm printing one of the documents. So in our case, this doc refers to, it could be a file, it could be a directory, right? Yeah. Let me print again. So I'm just refactoring it for clarity. And now we should focus on the third one, because I don't. So what you should do, you can even say print doc. So you should focus on not 0, not 1, but the second index. Yeah, 2. And then we will just, yeah, look at that. Now I'm asking you, I'm interested in files that are actually TXT file. I don't care about Python files. So what I should say, hey, I'm interested in here also for file in doc. I want to print, yeah, if dot txt in file print. Now, as you can see, I am just checking only the what is this? The txt file. Let's see. What? Why? .txt. But how about here? File. There. Yes. Sometimes if you try to print without some label, that's what you face. Okay, that was good. But I think I should have wait. Let's see. Print the doc. What do we get in here? When we doc, okay, we're getting that one, but if we do the second one, that means this, let's see. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So we should, again, we have to loop one round, but in this case, for file and this, as you can see, it should be, I have to use that. And then print file. I should have used this too as an index. Yeah, now as you can see, I'm printing all the files, but did I tell you that I'm not interested in the Python files? So what I should do, if .txt and file, I'm interested in those files, print file. Okay, let's see. Yeah, now I'm targeting. Maybe if I ask you, I may have very huge, text, different text. I may ask you just to count how many files are .txt, how many files are CSV, how many files are JSON, how many. But I think another way you can also say instead, you can also say file dot ends with .txt. This is also another way. Yeah, ends with. Yeah, so I think maybe doing processing would be your task, and that would be actually, yeah, very good problem. So usually companies ask you for interview or for job position, what they ask you actually, they may give you some folders, something like that, and hey, go and read the different files and figure out what it has or something. This actually good enough to ask, I mean, good enough to become good interview question to hire a developer. Yeah. So you should manage to walk through the different folders in the different files and do. Is it clear? And let's check what we are left off. And the different files, as you can see, now we are running out of time. I think if we just go through this, it will be enough. So far what we read is actually .txt file, and what's coming is more of a JSON file. What's the JSON file? Okay, is it different from dictionary? It's not very different from a dictionary. A dictionary is actually a bit of like, it's just a dictionary, but a JSON is a dictionary which is a string. What does that mean? Look at this. This was a dictionary. And then to make it a JSON, what I added is actually, I added additional code, and then it just became a JSON. What's the difference between a string and a JSON? There's no difference. It's just, yeah. What is this? Again, this is a JSON because it's in a more of a JavaScript object notation, or it's in a form of a dictionary, and then at the same time, it's a string. That we call it a JSON. Look at here again. This is also a JSON. If we have a JSON, we parse it actually. Here, as you can see, changing JSON to dictionary. Yeah, this is already a dictionary. Parsing means actually removing this. Removing this. Yeah, how do we do that? So we have to import the JSON already that exists, then JSON dot loads, and then this JSON here, and then it will be changed. So type of this now, it should be dict because we parsed it already. As you can see, it has been parsed. And then here actually changing dictionary to JSON. And then again, we have to use the JSON dictionary, I mean, the JSON module. But in this case, instead of loads, here dumps. Dumps means we are dumping it to just to be text. And then person, maybe how about if I show you instead? Yeah. Okay. Then where was I? Let's talk about JSON file.py. Yes. Where was I? I can just copy this. And then if you see this, actually, everybody know, and let's check the type. What's the type? Person dict. As you can see, even I gave it a name that actually very descriptive. Person dict is actually, it's a dictionary. Yeah, so I want my students to know it like right away. So you may expect this going to be a dict. It's a dictionary, right? But how about if I add here multiple quote outside, and it's going to be a string? Then you may say, what's the difference between a JSON and a string? Yeah, the reason why I'm showing you JSON like this, because I don't want to create file right away, JSON file, but sooner I will create a JSON file and show you that the difference between these two data types or data formats. Okay, anyway, let's just stop doing this. And then instead of manually changing the dictionary, let's change it with actually with this import JSON module. The JSON module has got actually, now did I tell you that this is let's imagine this is a JSON, and now print JSON dot loads, and then we pass the person dict. I think do I need some parameters? No, we don't. I don't have to. So as you can see now, this actually already changed it. So I can store it if I want person or as JSON. And if I say, but actually it was already a JSON. What did I do? Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, this is actually changing JSON to a dictionary, guys. Changing. I have to changing JSON to dictionary. And then, as you can see, this already JSON, and then even I can call it JSON. And now I'm just changing it back to dict. And JSON print type of person dict person. Okay, let's run. Yeah, it's a dict. Yeah, so this has been actually, the string has been converted to a dict. But if you check this before type, it's actually a string. There is no the so-called JSON type anyway. But if we have this one as in a dict, we can also change that. That means here we have a dictionary, person dictionary. We have a person dictionary, and then we want to change this to a JSON. How do we change it? Person, JSON, then JSON dot dumps. So dumps, and then we just pass the file like that. Then we have this indent. Let me show you just by printing this first. Print person Jason, this one, and you will see the difference. As you can see, it's just like one line, right? Now, but if you want to just format it, you have to say indent, the indentation usually 4, like spaces, and then it will be formatted properly. Look at this, something like this. This is a JSON actually. And now, even if you want to make this 2, you can make it a bit shorter, but like the indentation space is only 2. But actually, most of the time, JSON is not something like this, right? JSON exists as in a file, something data.json something, or maybe catus.json, catus.json maybe. And I can go to 30 days of Python and just get you some JSON file. Yeah. If you come in here in the 30 days of Python, and as you can see, catus, yeah, here. And then I just copy and take it here. Yeah, this is a proper, actually, a proper JSON file. So usually it's a list of some dictionaries. Yeah. And now I can fetch this there. How do I fetch it? Yeah, we fetch it actually normally. So where is the JSON file here? Then maybe what I should do first, there are different approaches. Let's see what we have in this file. For instance, in this file, what we are trying to do, first you open the file. And then, but here we are actually not reading, we are creating a JSON file. Maybe it's even would be nice if we are creating persons.json. I will show you here. So as you can see here, I have a data. I can just take this line by line. And what we did, we have this person. And then with open file JSON example.json, but I don't want to go files, but just if I remove that, it will be created here. JSON example.json, right? We are going to write instead. Maybe we can also even append. We can just use a, but we can for the time being. JSON.damp and person, that means this one, and ensure ASCII false. Instead of ASCII, actually we are just writing it in a more human readable form, indentation 4 or 2, the indentation. And then let me run. When I run this, I'm expecting here JSON example.json file with this data. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, this data has been provided. Okay. But what if you want to create more? So what you should do actually, first, you should process it there. I think here, like by creating a list and then append all the dictionaries, and then you send it. Yeah. Yeah. What do I mean by that? Yeah. I mean, first you have to have, like, you have to get different person data and append it to the list. And then finally, you just dump it here and then it will be written here. Okay, maybe this might not be clear. So I can show you what I am talking about. Instead of this, what if you had something like this? I can call it persons. Persons, or is it people? But it's okay. Something like this. And then maybe like this. And then already this is mine, and then this is John. John, and maybe he lives in Stockholm. Oh, and maybe this one is Paul, and let's just leave it like that, and let's run this. And then if we see now, oh wait, my only that I didn't change. I thought I changed. Oh, percents. I should have changed this to percents, you know, this. So I have to again delete this file and run. I was a bit too quick too. Yeah. So now I'm expecting this data to be here. And now run. Yeah, as you can see now, list of people here. How many? Me, John, and Paul are actually JSON files. Now what we have seen is how to create JSON file using Python. The next step is actually reading this CATS file. Okay, good. As in a JSON. So what it would be is actually we can use this the same reopen method, but maybe I think how about if we change this function, def create, and then JSON file, I call it like that, and then it will not bother us. Okay. I think this should be something like this, and maybe we can give it a file name and file name, and then this should be file name, and then if we need to call this function, then I can call it create, and then I pass this on, but for the time being, since we don't want to create JSON file over and over again, I just leave it like that. Now again, I can use this one for reading. Okay. So what's the name of the file actually? Cats, right? Cats.json. And I think indentation, and there's too much space also here. Okay, great. As you can see, now we're reading more of, so it's not dump. Actually, we're load. Loads. Even loads. And then let's see and store it like F. Maybe data, I think would be better. And then let's see, print data. And there's some bug, so I think we can't get everything right. We should loads take one position, but two were given. Oh, I think more. I think sometimes I get, confused with the loading loads. Oh, okay. Then now at this time, I should check my documentation or Google. Read JSON file using pure Python, not with a pandas or something. So loads method to convert JSON string to a Python. And well, let's see this one step by step, guys. Yeah, this is something like this, what we are trying to actually read. Yeah, now if you need to parse JSON string that returns a dictionary, then you can use the loads. That is something what we have tried. If you remember, we had actually a string, something like this, and then we loads. But now it's more of a file, how to parse and read a JSON file in Python. So we just, I think this one is just reading the file, but what's the next step? We should see together. And in this case, they use just load instead of loads. That's good, but maybe these are not needed. Maybe F. That's also the feedback actually. Takes one positional argument but two were given. It says a person, yeah, it was crazy actually. I didn't know this because now reading actually from this, just from the file, and I don't need just this person. It doesn't even exist here. Now let's try. What is this FP?
Do you need to change the W to R from right to read?
Of course, yes. And even I may not need this one at all because by default it's like that. And so expecting line now we may have different, and where's the error coming even? So how about if we comment this out for the time being, because I think the error is coming from the last file, most probably. Let me just maybe let me check if there's something that, oh yes. Maybe I can remove the encoding with open, just as F, and it should have worked because
Is it possible that something with JSON? Maybe it is a problem with JSON syntaxes in cat's JSON file, not with method.
you mean,
Yes, I was thinking if the file was erased when we had
what
the
happened?
set
Yeah,
of.
you should save, put your data and save.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, let's try again once more. My cat's data is not there anymore. And let's try, because I have properly formatted this and I created this file also using, let's see first our data, if it has any problem. Of course, to be read also, this should be first a proper JSON file. So as you can see, if it was not a proper JSON file, by now also Visual Studio Code should have complained. But anyway, let's try it once more now. And it says still there's some issue. This is not a big problem. Unicode yes. Yeah. So I have removed this, encoding. So there was ASCII characters, so it should be encoded. Now we have managed to load the data. Yeah, is it really a proper a type, or is it just JSON? So how do you check it? Then what you should check at the same time, I'm actually expecting type of data, and I'm expecting list. If it's not a list, then we didn't parse it properly. Okay. Oh, is it at the very beginning? Yeah, it's a list. Then if you want to see it in a proper, do you remember from p print, import p print, and then this allows us to prettify the printing, and then this. Why? So what's the oh yeah, it should be something, not that one. I don't just print. pprint data. And now I should say something good. Yeah. Oh yeah. So far, what did we cover? We learned how to read, how to write, anything related to text format, text file formats. And also we did everything related to JSON and dictionary, how to create a JSON file and how to read. And then maybe in the breakout room, maybe I want you to work on this cat's JSON file and do some exercises. I think for file handling, we spent enough time. Is it everything? No, it's not everything. There are something left. For instance, Excel file. How do we here, for instance, as you can see, we can use this XLRD to import Excel file and to work on that Excel files, XML, CSV. But is it hard? If you understand how we did for TXT or JSON file, it would be also as simple as that. So it's an example. We should stop working on files or handling files here, and we will continue doing exercise.